We are here doing multicolored, colorless, and lands to round out our M21 set review. So we're going to start. This will be actually in alphabetical order, unlike what we done before, but we are going to do it in uncommons first and then rares. So first up is Alpine Houndmaster, which is red-white for a 2/2. When it ETBs, you may search your library for a card named Alpine Watchdog and or a card named Igneous Curb, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. And when it attacks, it gets +X+O until end of turn, where X is the number of other attacking creatures.
Oof. Yeah, this is great. Like, this card is just so good. So on its own, if you didn't have that top part, this card is just good, right? Just like attacking as a 3/2 or whatever. No, yeah, it's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Drawing two cards, even if they're not the most exciting cards in the world, like that's just more materials that you have. And like when you're drawing cards for free, quote unquote, it doesn't. The cards you draw don't have to be that great, and these cards are
Whisper
fine.
Squad.
Yeah, think about Whisper Squad. Exactly.
Yeah.
And these cards are fine, right? It's the Squadron Hawk Whisper Squad thing. So you get these expendable creatures that you can double spell with on turn 4 after you've played your 3-drop or whatever, and you're still gonna have 5 cards in hand, so you can attack with these dogs with impunity. Maybe even have a combat trick and still have a bunch of gas to keep attacking. Now. The downside of this is, you want probably 2 of each copy, or maybe one and one.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be 2. And then the times you do draw the 1/1 or the 2/2 vigilance on its own, it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
like, that kind of sucks. But I think that just is fine because this card kind of just does it all. Card advantage is a good threat. I want to give this like a B plus.
That B plus seems a little high. I'm gonna go B minus.
Ooh, you're a little lower on this then, eh?
Yeah, well, because you have to. I mean, they're commons, but if you don't, I think without the other cards in your deck, this is like a C plus. This is not a pull into red white.
Sure. It's not the baseline ability is not amazing, but it's still good.
But then, so yeah, if you draw a card with this or draw 2 cards with this, it's great.
Yes. So when you do, I think when you do draw,
if you draw 2 cards, it's a B plus.
Sure.
so it's a B minus or a B.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. All right. Next up, we have Conclave Mentors. This is green-white for a 2/2. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1/+1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead. When Conclave Mentor dies, you gain life equal to its power. So you put 2 counters on something, it gets 3. You put 3 counters on it, it gets 4. Just one more counter for more than it would have been.
This is like I don't know what it's. What's so funny? Like, I'm such a spike, but then there are cards that just like appeal to me in a very irrational way.
That's what Ikoria did to me with Mutate. I was like, ooh, stack them all on.
And this, like, I just love +1/+1 counter synergies, and I don't know why. I think it's like a similar Mutate thing. Like, going tall is fun. I want this to be good. I'm going to like draft this deck more than I should.
Well, this is a very powerful card.
Very powerful payoff.
Yeah, like.
But the problem is like if you don't draw this card, all I view is like this on turn 2 into some other stuff is shenanigans. This is a top deck is not shenanigans.
Sure. But even when you draw this later, you're assuming you're going to have some cards that it's going to interact with still, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like the creature. Like, there's some things. They just put counters on creatures like past and enter the battlefield to have an effect to do so, right?
Mean, this into Basri's Acolyte on 4 is just like,
game over.
That's game over.
This card is very good, and I think your white-green decks are probably gonna be heavier white than green.
Yeah. I think because of Acolyte, because Acolyte's white.
Do you want to give someone a B or a B plus?
I want to give this a B, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, this card is really good.
This card is not really good.
Okay.
This is the Warmonger.
Oh, yeah. So we got Dire Fleet Warmonger. So this is 1 black-red for a 3/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, Dire Fleet Warmonger gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn.
No.
Ooh.
And I just want this card is very similar to the red-black uncommon. Was it last core
M19
set? Or was it
M19
2 core sets ago?
Yeah, got Menace, right? Instead of
But like the fact that you don't get to steal something, like obviously the steal is only an uncommon, but you don't have to like steal it, then attack with it, then sacrifice it. You don't like. There isn't sack fodder really. It's free, and a 5/5 trample is big.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like
It's a C plus. It's not a pull into this deck.
Yeah, C plus is perfect because like if you're attacking with a 5/5 each turn, that's good. That's good. Like you're gonna run.
You're not attacking with a 5/5 each turn.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like you're gonna have draws where you like randomly draw all of your sacrifice fodder, even though there's not much of it in the set, right? And then that is fine, right? Unfortunately, not in the color of either of the protection spells to keep getting that in, but. What can you do?
Yeah.
I think C plus is perfect for this. It would be better if there was an action trees and a common, but what can you do?
Yeah, that's fair. The Beers is pointing out in chat that it's going to have an effect on the game where like they probably have to leave back blockers.
Yeah.
In case you activate it.
Yep.
So
totally.
That's something. Ooh, baby. This is our preview card. Experimental Overload. 2 blue-red. Sorcery. Make an XX blue and red weird creature token where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Then you may return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand and exile Experimental Overload.
Good card. You guys got a good one.
We got a good one this time.
Yeah, this card's great.
This is a B plus, I think.
Yeah, so if you're getting back one thing, it might not seem that exciting, but like if we've learned anything from War of the Spark, just getting a 1/1 on your spell that's
Archaeomancer.
Yes, it is a lot better than it looks. And then in the late game, it doesn't need to be that late game. Like turn 6, if you have 2 or 3 removal spells in the grave, like making a reasonably sized creature is really really nice. I like
and just remember that opts and crash throughs are wheeling.
Right. I still think I like B.
Okay.
Not B plus, but. Whatever, that's splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah.
I think the card is very, very good.
It just seems like blue-red is the best deck, and I think this might be the best of the
uncommons.
Uncommon cycle.
Yeah, it's close if it's not. It's certainly up there if it's not. All right. Next up we have Indulging Partition. So this is 1 black-white for a 1/4 flying lifelink. So good stats. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, each opponent loses 3 life.
I like this card.
Yeah, this is a cool card because the stat, like, 1/4 flyer is just... 1/4 flyer lifelink is just a good stat line.
For 3, that's big.
That's good. And then sometimes you'll just randomly gain 3 and dome them for 3. So not as good as some of the other, like the first 2 I think we saw, but it's still like a C plus, B minus, probably a B minus.
I think it's a B minus. Yeah, I almost want to go solid B, but...
Sure.
I think it just appeals to, like, my dirtily sensibilities. Yeah. Next up is Leafkin Avenger, 2 red-green for a 4/3. Tap to add G for each creature you control with power 4 or greater, and then 7 and a red. It deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker.
I like this card. I think this card is quite good. It does a lot. It is just like a good body. It adds mana to get your Dreadmaw or whatever turned quicker, and then that activated ability. Like I think a lot of people might look at that and be like, "That's really expensive. Like, what do you get? Like, it's just like not happening that often." But you get the mana. It gives you the mana to get there, and that is a must-answer ability, right? Like, you can also just you can just turtle up. If you're against an aggressive deck, you don't have to be attacking, right? Like, you can just turtle up, and you're racing them because this is going to kill them, right? So it's just good against a lot of decks, and it's good in a lot of scenarios. It's being a 4 is certainly a cost, right? I don't want to stock up on too many 4s, and there's just other good 4s, but yeah, I like this card. I think it's another B minus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's a pull under red green for me.
I think it's a pull. It's I think it's just there.
Okay. Another card that I like for no reason, Lore Scale Coatl, 1G blue for a 2/2 snake. Whenever you draw a card, put a ++1 counter on Lore Scale Coatl.
Yeah, it's
this
weird.
Was back in Modern Masters 1?
2015.
2015, so
yeah.
But there was the ++1 counter synergies in green blue, which you don't think there's. Obviously, this has a nice overlap of green blue is trying to draw cards, and green also has counter synergies. This will be fine, is my guess.
Yeah, it is funny. You mentioned you like this card for no good reason. I think a lot of people do for some reason. Maybe it's I don't know what it is about it, but a lot of people like this card.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it's again.
C plus, I think.
C plus, B minus range. Yeah, I think it's good. I think because opt and cheap cantripping things exist. I think you can it turns into that threat of activation kind of thing. But I'm willing. I'm not. I don't feel strongly towards C plus or B minus.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Obsessive Stitcher. So this is 1 blue black for an 0/3. It says tap to draw a card, discard a card, and it has an activated ability 2 black, blue, tap, sacrifice Obsessive Stitcher, return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is also a very Ethan card.
yeah. This is. I don't know if it's good, but it's a very me card.
I feel like we've had a card per set where people are like, I do not like that art. That art scares me. This one is the one for me. That like
it's
thing she's like stitched
she's
together.
Sewing it to herself, right? She's
I did. Is
she's
she?
stitching her arm to the thing. Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Okay, I like it even
it's
less.
A little. It gives me the Ghiblies a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so so this card plays nicely into the reanimation theme that is lightly sprinkled in, right? Is this? Can you do? Yeah, it's instant. You can even do it at any time, so that's nice. Yeah. You would think it reads as like you can do it. You can discard your fatty to reanimate on 4, but you can't actually do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think this is good.
Yeah, it's good. Like just 0 mana looter is good, right?
Yeah.
Like that's good. It might not be able to block that much, but like being in token form is nice. Or sorry, in creature form, right? Just like not just having like a looting enchantment or something.
I'm going B- because I think getting this makes me go, oh, I can certainly pick up a Raise Dead, or for whatever, not the Raise Dead, the 5 mana reanimation spell, because it's common and like no one else should want it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 2 reanimation effects, and I just like get the blue looter.
Yeah,
I think this is good.
Card's good. And somebody in chat is asking, does it matter that it's instant speed? It doesn't matter so much for like the actual effect, but being able to like hold it up as an option while you have like your other your removal or your other card draw, like that matters, right? Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Twin Blade Assassins, 3 black green for a 5/4 elf assassin. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, draw a card.
Yeah, solid. The 5 mana puts me off a little bit on it, but it's still very good. Like, people will learn quickly not to make trades on turn 5, right?
You remember the learning curve in Innistrad with 5 mana.
The Morcrut Banshee.
Morcrut Banshee. There was a
yeah.
Had Morbid, it came into play and it gave neg4 to something.
Yeah,
and
very
you just learned
similar.
to stop trading on when your opponent went like 5 mana, here's a weird attack.
Yeah, very similar to that.
Yeah.
This card is good. Yeah. Do you want to go B- on this one?
I want to go B- on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
interesting
appropriate.
that like these aren't that powerful. Like,
I think they're pretty good. I think like 3 or 4 of them are really good.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like we gave
they're almost all pulls into the card.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think Experimental Overload is a significant notch ahead of these. All right, Watcher of the Spheres. What is this?
Yeah, so this is blue.
Sorry,
and
1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Twin Blade Assassins only triggers on your own turn. For folks wondering, yeah.
Yeah, so Watcher of the Spires is blue and a white for a 2/2 flyer. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to cast, and whenever another creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, Watcher of the Spheres gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay.
So what's the dream curve here, Alex? You do this
into the 2/3 that whenever you attack with 2 flyers.
Yeah.
That's nice. Is there anything else?
That's really good.
I guess the 3/2
This
flyer.
doesn't excite me that much. You were kind of high on this on the podcast.
Yeah, I like this one because it enables like some good double spelling, right? And it also like just being like this is what blue white wants to do, right? It just wants to get down a threat and keep getting in, and this is gonna keep growing. Not growing, right? But it's gonna get it for 3 a good percentage of the time. Like imagine this is just Goblin Electromancer for your flyers, right? And that is a better effect than it looks like it is.
Sure. Yeah, that's a great comparison. I can't. How can I argue with that? I think it's I'm on like C+ here. It's not a pull.
Yeah, I think it's not a pull. That I think maybe I was higher on it a few days ago than I am now.
Yeah.
It's not like busted good or anything, but I like it.
Great. All right, we got 3 rares here. Niambi Esteemed Speaker is first up. White blue for a 2/1 with flash. When it ETBs, you may return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you gain life equal to that creature's converted mana cost. You can pay 1 white blue to tap it, discard a legendary card to draw 2 cards. What?
It's cool. It's a cool card. Cool utility.
I guess.
It's not. it's not a pull by any means, right?
This is hardly a good card.
I'm trying to think of like a really nice. It plays well with Baron, the Mana War rare. So I think this is just fine though. Like this is like it resets. It saves your creatures from removal, resets enemy into the battlefield effects. This is like a solid C. Not sold.
This is a 2-color. This is like Deputy of Acquittals from.
Yeah, it's Deputy of Acquittal.
That wasn't good.
Basically.
It saves your creature from a removal spell.
Well, yeah, I mean, was Deputy of Acquittals not good because of the format, or was just not good because the lion, the white lion with flash that you have to return something? That card's always been pretty good.
I guess this is 2 colors. I think this is like a C-.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not. I mean, I think. You can't.
You're just like never taking this because it's rare. Like, there's so many commons you would take over this card.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with that.
So like, this is going to be like a. If it ends up in your deck, it's going to be because it's like 12th pick, and that is like a C- at best.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna give it a C because I think it can do some cool stuff, and the life gain might matter. But
okay.
All right. Next up, we have Rada, Heart of Kel. This is 1 green red for a 3/3. As long as it's your turn, Rada Heart of Kel has first strike. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands from the top card of your library. And it has a 6-mana activated ability. Rada gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of lands you control.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, this is +1.
B+.
Yeah,
This is like a super solid creature.
Card advantage and a giant threat. Yeah, this is a B+ or a B.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Are you even going to read this one?
I'm going to read it. Sanctum
yeah.
of All, Wooburg for a legendary enchantment shrine. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard. The reason I'm going to read this is because I haven't actually read this yet. You search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card, put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If an ability of another shrine you control triggers, while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. Yeah, build around F sounds good to me.
Yeah, like a big shrug. It's not even like, again, this is the theme of like it's not even that good when you do the thing. Like it's fine. It's a casual constructed card. That's what this reads to me. It's like it's fine.
This is an F. This is just an F.
Yeah, you're never playing this card. Never.
No. All right, so I've only got 1 land here to represent the tapped gain lands.
Yeah.
I don't think these are gonna be good. I mean, like. Sure, if I'm in blue green and I see the blue green one, yeah, I'll put those in my deck. Sure. You're just like not splashing, I think, in this format very often.
So, yeah, there's like not that many splashable cards. You could splash your Nyambi if you really wanted to, but like other than that, I don't know. There's just not that many exciting.
Wait, splash my what? My 2/1, my white blue 2/1 flash. Get out of here.
There's not a ton of single-costed bomb-level rares that you'd be like, I'm happy to play this, or yeah, I think it's just like, I don't know, maybe there's a few things that will be like, yes, they'll lend themselves to this is a card that you're going to take early in Splash, but I agree with you. I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, I think I'm on like I said, if you're in the 2-color, you're going to take it. But these are not high picks. I think these are like D+.
Yep.
Which is, I think, the lowest I've ever rated these. Next up,
you're gonna take them on the wheel. You're never. I guess the difference is you're speculating on them. So you're not speculating on them. You'll take it later, right? That's.
Or like if you're in a situation where you found the open color pair and it's so open that like you're at 17 playables at the end of pack 2, and then early in pack 3 you just go, cool, I'm just gonna take the duel because it's gonna make my deck better, and I'm gonna wheel something or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to read the next card.
Yeah.
If you get it, yeah. This is Radiant Fountain, so it's just a land. Whenever Radiant Fountain enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, and it taps for colorless. This confuses me. This must be a constructed plan, too, because, like, none of the life gain matters cards care about gaining anything other than increment of 3.
Right, why wouldn't they just reprint or print one that said gain 3? Would that be so bad?
I think it's too good for constructed, yeah.
That makes sense.
But, yeah, I mean...
If it entered tapped and gained 3, would that be too good?
Probably fine. Probably be much worse than this card.
All right. So, but this is D minus D.
Yeah, this is like you don't want to play this card. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth. I mean, I always rag on this, but people underestimate how important a good mana base is in limited, right? And just putting a colorless land in your deck is no bueno. I think we missed a land too, unless oh no, we haven't missed the land rares yet. Never mind. Yeah.
So Short Sword is up next. This is a single mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and it has an equip cost of 1. I do not like this card. I'm pretty anti Short Sword. I'm
a fan of it. So if this format does turn out to be kind of more combat, like tight margins, combat interactions, this card will be decent. Like, in Omnicat, this card was good. But that was a very specific format, right? So I'm not writing it off right away, but just like something to keep your eye out on. Just being like this might not be a little bit better than it plays.
Okay, I'm gonna go D.
Looks.
What are you grading this?
Yeah, I'm gonna start it like a D, but All right. Oh, I don't have artifacts pulled up just right now. Do you mind reading the first one?
Yeah. So we got Silent Dart, single mana for an artifact, 4 tap, sack it. It deals 3 damage to target creature.
Right. Well,
the worst of these variants that we've seen in quite a while.
Yeah. It's just Springtrap Trap but can't players, basically, right?
And doesn't have flash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it doesn't have flash. That's a big one. Nah. It's a nah for me. Like how often are you gonna have to play this card? Right? It's not that often.
Yeah. It's a D.
Yeah, it's a D. And like, I don't know, there's not even any combos, right? Like I feel like in sets before it was like, oh, it's an artifact, so you'd want to play it. But I don't even think in this set I don't think it's good at all. All right, so we have Sky Scanner up next.
Prismite first.
Prismite, sorry, okay. So
you know what that card does from memory.
Yeah. The Prismite is 2 mana, 2 generic mana for 2/1. 2 mana, activated ability, add 1 color of any mana. This is even worse, I think, in this format than it has been.
This
right?
is real bad.
Real bad. Holy.
Again, like it's a D. Like if you need a 2-drop, you can get this.
Yeah, but not at all exciting, right? Like, I mean, but I think it's fine. But yeah, again, not exciting. No more to say about that.
I'm gonna have to ban the word Honden from my chat here. Every time something comes up, people are like, but the Honden deck. Sky Scanner, 3 mana for a 1/1 flyer. When it ETBs, draw a card.
Yes, love this card. I really like this card. It's one of the few like actual good sack fodder things, and it just last time
there's a flyers deck. There's a draw 2 deck.
Sure, yeah. It just plays such a nice role in all those decks, and it's just a fine card on its own. Well, I think probably it's weird because I remember in M19 you picked this at like C+ level. I don't know if it's going to be quite there in this one.
That's where I'm going to start, I think.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Don't need to convince me. All right, next up we have Forgotten Sentinels. This is 4 mana for a 4/3. It is an artifact creature, enters the battlefield tapped. Oh, okay.
I kind of like this guy.
Like, really?
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. Like,
do ya?
This is going to go, for how late in the draft this will go, it will be good, I think.
I'm sorry. Okay, this is I think this is the first one. I feel like I've been the optimist on this review. You've been the opposite. I don't want to say pessimist because I don't think you've been a pessimist, but a realist. But I think that I'm starting at D. I just don't think you're ever going to want to play this.
That's fair. I don't need to argue about this card.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. it's gonna make your deck a percentage of the time, of course.
Yeah. Speaking of cards that you will not play, Tormod's Crypt, 0 mana, artifact, tap, sack it, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. This is an F.
Yep. No, thank you. Not even if you are against a reanimator deck, unless they have like 4 of the reanimation spells and like 2 looters, it's not worth it. Like it's just not worth it. Next up we have Palladium Mirror. Okay, so this is 3 mana for a 2/2. Taps to add colorless to your mana pool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, right?
Yeah, no.
No.
It's I think this is kind of in the same vein of like Lower Scale Quaddle. It's a card people like, but I don't think it's that good.
No.
You can play a Dreadmaw on 4. That's kind of sick, but yeah. It's fine though. It's fine, right? It's not bad.
Right. Every color has stuff at common that's big. That are like 6 and 7 drops that are like fine to ramp into.
I think this is actually fine. I think this is like
C-.
I would just put it at C. I think it's just like totally fine in most of your decks.
Okay. I love this next card so much.
Oh, this is a cool one, yeah.
Replicator. 5 mana 4/4 construct. When it ETBs, if you control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name as one another, so like whatever, 2 creatures that are the same name, create a 4/4 colorless construct artifact creature token.
Yeah, cool card.
It's like pattern matcher on steroids.
Yeah, it's pattern. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah.
You want to give it a C plus?
I mean, it's kind. I mean, the problem is like the floor of a 5 mana 4/4 is what? C minus.
Yeah, it's not good.
So you've got to do. I think I kind of want to give it a build around-ish grade, in this like because I think it's going to change your draft picks.
Yeah, so build around C plus then.
Yeah, I think build around C plus. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Epitaph Golem. What's this card doing here? This is 5 mana for a 3/5. Pay 2 mana, put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library.
I hope this card is good.
This just says to me that there's some deck we're not quite seeing here, maybe.
So
right?
The problem is there isn't self-mill at common, right? There's the black card at uncommon.
Right, it's not going to do like the Shadows over Innistrad stack your deck kind of thing. I don't think it's that.
Right. There's no there's not the so this isn't whatever Spider Spawning Loop or Clear Mind. Like this isn't that. It feels like that deck must exist at least in some way.
Maybe it's just like I guess your blue decks might be drawing a bunch of cards.
Blue black drawing cards, self-mill, looting, and then this.
Yeah, hard to grade this because in Innistrad, or Shadows over Innistrad, this was like a C plus, right? B minus even was approaching there. So I don't know. See, like this is. I feel like I don't have enough.
This 3 question marks.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best grade. I feel like I don't have enough context to correctly talk about this card or to give an authority on it. So yeah, I would give it a C, but that's a total cop out.
Yeah, and the problem is like, what if they kill this? Like, you need 2. You need to like have insurance. I don't know. I think this is. I'm gonna go C minus as an optimistic grade.
That is very fair, I think.
What do you got? Anything?
I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C.
C, okay.
Just so when the deck comes out, I can say I was closer.
Yeah, that's
good.
The right grade for you. Yeah. All right, Meteorite is 5 mana for an artifact. When it ETBs, it deals 2 damage to any target, and it taps add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, no deck wants this.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I thought you were going to say sweet card, but
Yeah, I mean, if I thought you were ever splashing in this format, then yes, I would like this card. But this is bad.
I feel like I don't know. Anytime I heard people talk about this card, they're like, "Yeah, it's a sweet card. It's a good card." But I've never been a fan of this card, right? Like, I don't know. I get it. It like kills something sometimes, then it's a mana rock. But I don't know.
I've liked this cards previously, but probably when I was worse at evaluating cards. Like,
yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I don't know. D. I want to give this a D.
D.
Yeah.
These colorless cards are a yikes.
Yeah, big yikes. Not nowhere close to like Shadow or Throne of Eldraine.
Yeah. All right. What we got? Going back to lands here at Rare. Animal Sanctuary. What's this?
Yeah. So this is Animal Sanctuary. This is a land, and it produces colorless first of all, and it says 2 mana tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on target cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake.
Or bird.
Or bird. Sorry, I missed bird there.
This is great.
This is cute.
This card is good.
So,
especially because I think you're not like your mana bases are going to be fine most of the time. I don't think a colorless land is that big of a cost. I think this is a high pick.
Yeah, I have to do the run on how many of. I don't imagine there's many oxen in this set, but there's enough cats. There's enough dogs, and there's some cats, and there's a goat, maybe some birds. Okay, I'm convinced. Yeah, I think
like you're not taking this over premium removal.
No, of course not.
But
it's fine.
Basically above everything else. It's like a C plus.
Yeah, I think C plus is where I'd be comfortable with it. It's not great, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So Fabled Passage. So we've got a classic. This is a land that sacrifices to search your library for a basic land. Put it onto the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle your library. Then if you control 4 or more lands, untap that land. It's got that, you're just talking about maybe not fixing all that badly.
Yeah, I don't think this matters.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves and say like make that assumption, but based on what we've seen, I think it's gonna be lower value, right? Yeah. And it's still fine. Here's the thing. Even in a format that doesn't incentivize splashing, there's gonna be some deck you can cobble together that does splash in some capacity, sure. Right? It's still gonna be fine.
I think this is a C minus.
Yeah. I just put it. I think just C is fine. Like, it's Evolving Wilds, right? Evolving Wilds plus. Yeah. And then we have the cycle of Skylines here. So I'm sure all of us are familiar with these, but if not, they're a cycle of lands that into the battlefield tapped, and they produce 1 of 2 colors, and they enter and they scry one when you play it.
So if you're in blue red, you play the blue red one, and you play any blue one, and you play any red one. And you play them as C pluses. C's,
yeah,
like
basically,
they're just so good. Like you're not taking premium removal, and like you're taking whatever B minuses and above over them, but that's about it.
Yep.
We've got Maze Mind Tome, 2 mana for an artifact. Put a page counter or tap. Put a page counter on Maze Mind Tome. Scry 1. 2 tap. Put a page counter on Maze Mind Tome. Draw a card. When there are 4 or more page counters on Maze Mind Tome, exile it. If you do, gain 4 life.
Very, very similar to Sunset Pyramid, right?
Yeah.
A little bit better. A little better because, I mean, better and worse in some. You can't just keep this around forever, right?
Right.
But it's good. It's like super, super solid. I'd give this a B minus.
Yeah. Might be like. Yeah, B minus.
I
was like, it's colorless. It's so good, but
yeah, I know it is very, very good.
Yeah.
I think this card's quite good, and just the fact that you keep a 2-lander with this, and you can hit your land drop almost assuredly. Like that's also pretty good too, right? You don't have to like pay mana to scry on a keep. All right, the next one is Spark Hunter Massacre. So this is 3 mana for a 3/4. As an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card. Protection from Planeswalkers, and it has an activated ability. 1 mana, Spark Hunter Massacre deals 1 damage to target Planeswalker. It also has 3 mana, Spark Hunter Massacre gains indestructible until end of turn. Interesting. So not a lot of its abilities aren't super relevant, but like 3/4 indestructible. That's the cost of a card.
Discard a card.
Yeah, that's painful.
Yikes.
But it's fine still, and I guess God, if it gets bound, it gets unsubstantiated.
Gets capture sphered. This card. I guess
the payoff's not really there.
Yeah, Ghostlight says hi.
Oh yeah, good lord. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna start this at a D.
I think this is bad.
I'm gonna start this at a D.
Yeah.
But just because, like, I would be fine if this could literally never get bounced. But the fact that it
protection from bounce.
Yes, that'd be great. But no, thank you.
Solemn's back. Solemn Simulacrum. 4 mana.
He's sadder than ever because he's probably not that good here.
4 mana 2/2. He's still good.
Yeah, he's still fine.
4 mana 2/2 ETBs. Search for a basic land. Put it into play tapped. When it dies, you draw a card.
Yeah, solid value. Solid value.
This is a B.
Yeah, this is a. I would probably say B minus. I think it's like quite a B. Like,
are you taking this or Basri's Acolyte? Pack 1, pick 1.
Basri's Acolyte, almost for sure.
That's crazy. Just so crazy it might work, but that's crazy. All right, next up.
Yeah, we got Chromatic Rory, 7 mana, legendary artifact, and then you can spend mana as though it were any color. Sorry, you can spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Tap, add colorless, so 5 colorless. Pay 5 mana, tap, draw a card for each color among permanents you control.
F.
No, F. F. No, thank you. No.
But Hondens.
Yeah.
All right,
and we've saved the literal best for last. The literal best card of the set for last. Yeah.
8 mana, Planeswalker, 7 loyalty, +2, deals 3 damage to any target. -X, exile each permanent with CMC X or less. That's 1 or more colors. And -10, gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield.
This card's absurd. This card's absurdly good. This is
This is the, yeah.
So is this an A plus?
It's an A plus.
Yeah, like the reason it would not get an A plus is because it's 8 mana. That's not trivial, right? That's the thing, right? But it is just so close to 8 mana to win the game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A plus, even though it's 8 mana.
It's colorless.
It might be the if the set is very fast, we might just not be able to play it, right? And
Yeah.
even still, there's
It doesn't seem like it's that. I mean, it seems like some decks can be fast. It doesn't seem like it's that fast.
Agree. All right.
So that does it. Any final thoughts here about the format, or any like overarching thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think from seeing everything, it does feel it's almost like we've gone more corset-y. This feels more like M19 than it did M20 for me, at least for now. I think it's like it seems like there's more like just baseline combat, like power and toughness matters, removal spells and combat tricks. I think it's less about like what does this deck want to do. Yeah, there's gonna be synergies, and those synergies are gonna matter, but it's not like, oh man, your blue-black deck isn't like this, doesn't have this synergy piece, it's not gonna be good, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just gonna be your deck can just be a pile of good cards and be reasonable.
Yeah.
Overall, like it's all the colors look great except for green. I think maybe black is a bit lacking as well. I think Jeskai colors certainly stand out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the top of the pile there is of course blue red.
Yeah. Red. I think a home run once again.
How about you?
Yeah. I think perhaps white leading me down a path of thinking about it being such a curve out, beat down format, and then other colors perhaps putting that in check. I think the green deck I'm most excited about is blue-green.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Interesting because I think blue seems like a really good support color. Like when I think about blue maybe not being a great color on its own, but all 4 blue decks being decks that I'm actually kind of happy to try out.
Right, yeah.
And I think red looking like the best color, green looking like the worst color. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.